Hey yo, what's going on? Hello, I'm back with the fancy music. Hello. Oh, guys. Just need to touch things on my table. Just a second. Maybe we're fine. I forgot about the music, yeah. The music is fancy though, it really sounds like Elvis. You know, it really reminds me of Elvis Presley. How are you doing, guys? Everything good? Hopefully it doesn't have like the shitty weather as we have, but yeah, I guess I saw better. Maybe worse than it was here. You okay though, honey? Everything good? I'm really wondering why my stupid alert box on Twitch is not working. Oh. Sorry, is it better now? Is it better like this? Let me just... Okay, it should be fine like this, hopefully. Better? Oh. Oops, I accidentally exited the game, I'm sorry. But when I'm on it, let me just check why the alerts are not working. Good now because it's silenced. Wait. No, I need to look this up later. I forgot how you need to do this. So, yeah. I will do it later. Let me just open my game again. Yes, and then we can start. Still annoyed that this is thing with the alert box. This is not working, but I will try this out later. So, I'm confused. Save data exits. Do you want to load? No, we don't want to load. We need to start new. Go to character selection. So we are going to start with chat today. Would you like me to ask you out first? Okay, that's actually a pretty nice quote. Oh, you cannot see what is written there, right? Wait, I'm just gonna move over here for a second. Mysterious charming man who makes a living by being a con man. That's written there. Just so you know. So, we will go for chat. Let's see. Let's see what this guy has to offer. Where should I go now? This is really an unlucky day for me. I wasn't normally the sort of person to brush things off with a simple explanation like that. Man, what's up with me today? I was supposed to be devoting myself diligently to my studies. And yet, I got cheated out of my new apartment. Can't even go to the university. This can't be happening. This is so funny. This is really... Because Hinata is really such a BL character. Like, actually, you know, we could play the BL bingo on this game. I'm pretty sure we would get a bingo within the first 5 minutes, so... without thinking, I exclaimed in Japanese in the middle of the streets. Passerby looked at me suspiciously. Discouraged, I slouched my shoulders to make myself look smaller and hurried off. I should probably get away from this place. The thought suddenly pushed its way to the front of my mind. Well, all I'm doing is running away. It would be simple to return home. But my family was so proud of me for getting into this university, and I didn't want to make them sad. Apart from that, I didn't want to be a loser. Suddenly, I felt a heavy lump in my chest. Hi, I guess. I mean, just imagine you're a foreigner in a foreign country, and somebody approached you like, "Hi, boy, what is this, man?" I jumped, startled at the fact that a stranger was talking to me. You know it's dangerous for a cute young thing like you to be traveling alone. Where did that guy come from all of a sudden? Being Japanese, I always look kind of young. Was that why he was concerned about me? Or did he have some other motive? Already sus? Yeah, for real. He literally just talked like 2 words and he's already sus. Something the matter. The man who was smiling kindly at me was surprisingly beautiful. And there was a natural elegance in the way he walked. Soft hair was waving in the breeze, and the smell of his cologne lay in the air. I've never seen anyone like him before. He was more gorgeous by far than anyone I had ever met. Looking at his gentle face, I found myself at a loss for words. Is there something on my face? No. His words brought me back to reality with a jolt, and I shook my head. Ah, I see. If you're lost, I would be happy to help you find whoever you're looking for. No, I'm fine. Generous as it was, I turned down his offer to help me. I shouldn't trust people so easily. Bro, you literally just approached us in the middle of the street. Why in the hell would I trust you? Like, no? It's fine. I'm Chad Coleman. There's no reason to be afraid of me. People who shouldn't be trusted always say that, don't they? The man called Chad offered me his hand. But I ignored it and took off running. Yeah, I would do the same. I'm not going to be tricked again. It's a shame if he really was trying to be nice, but nonetheless, I was running away at full speed. Oh, I think I got away. I was feeling out of sorts, maybe because I mistrusted him without giving him a chance to explain himself. But the gloomy feeling I had only moments before he disappeared. I guess I should be grateful. I heaved a sigh of relief, and at that moment I could smell the sweet scent of cologne again. Huh? Your reaction was so cute. I got a little overexcited and simply had to chase you down. I mean, okay. Chet brushed his hair out of his face and laughed, looking slightly embarrassed. Why did you follow me? I just told you, didn't I? Run again, I would say, yeah, for real, I would do the same. The way we ran off, you were just begging me to chase you. So, I was hoping that he won't be, like, that big of a red flag, but we just, like, 5 minutes into the game, and he's the biggest red flag I've ever seen. What the hell? For real, you bro gonna run. And there's something about you that's tickling my fancy. What does that mean? I was hoping you would tell me. I couldn't figure this guy out at all. Well, perhaps we'll come to understand one another naturally. We've only just met, so we have plenty of time. Chet grinned. His smile was refreshing as a spring breeze, but at the same time, it made it impossible to tell what he was really thinking. I scowled slightly at Chet's smile. I really don't understand what you mean. Of course. I myself don't understand what it is about that you has me charmed so completely. He didn't drop his kind smile, and it didn't seem like he was lying. But what he's saying is really weird. I ought to run away. I ought to run away and check him off. But where would I run to? I had only just arrived in this country, so I didn't know my way around. But where could I go right now? Why don't you stop fighting it and depend on me for a while? No! Just no! Yeah, go to the police for real. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I rushed past Chat and hurried back the way I had came from. I have the feeling that if Hinata blinks, he's in a hotel room the next second. Yeah, it somehow feels like it. Yeah, it feels like it. Truly an adorable boy. Well. Why is he blushing? What the hell? I kept running until the sun had set, so I was completely out of breath. That's the best exercise I've had in a while. A chair was holding a hand above his eyes in a carefree way, looking up to the moon. Why are you chasing me like this? I don't really have any money, so you won't get much out if you're trying to rip me off. Rip you off? You've got me all wrong. I have no such intentions. Yeah, but for real, I think you don't have good intentions, mister. More importantly, if you don't have any money, you won't be able to pay for a hotel, will you? Yeah, of course. He was still smiling kindly at me. For some reason, I felt drawn in by that smile. When Chet smiled, it was almost as if he was casting a spell on me. You seem like an honest young man. Huh? Did someone trick you in the past? Perhaps that's why you're so distrustful. Am I wrong? He hit the bullseye, but as he said that, Chet softly stroked my head. Okay, we need to decide one thing. Do we want good endings with all of them? Or do I want to, like, you know, do what I would do in this kind of situation? But I kind of do want, like, the good endings with all of them. Why is my model lacking? What is this? I don't know. I have like only one eye today, so hopefully we will be fine. So, I don't know. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Yeah, I think there is. I think there are 2 good endings with everybody and 1 neutral ending. I think there are no bad endings, so I'm just gonna think about it. Why was it so difficult for me to accept someone's kindness? Because he's creepy as fuck! I was on the verge of tears, frustrated with myself, and tried to shake it off. Yeah, please stop. I would tell this too. I pushed that away with both hands to put some distance between us. Well, that was surprising. I promise you, I'm not a bad person. You really don't need to stand so far away. But if you're trustworthy, you wouldn't need to keep saying that, would you? What? Oh, I see. He grinned, seeming unfazed by what I said. I didn't want to believe Chad's smile was fake, but I still didn't know enough about him to trust him. Thank you for worrying about me, but really, I'm fine. You say that, but you're completely exhausted, aren't you? At the sound of Chad's gentle voice, all the strength went out of my body. You look like you might drop that any minute now. And whose fault is this? Who was chasing us around through the whole city, the whole day? I won't. Even as I tried to deny what he said, my head unconsciously went to my face. That, you know, I'm not going to do anything bad with you is what bad guys usually tend to say, so, How could I possibly deceive a lovely boy such as yourself? But his charming smile and voice made my cheated, wounded heart ache. But what if you're with the people who tricked me? Chad had done nothing wrong, but my nerves were making me rude. A pang of guilt shot through me. I just wanted to come here to study. But both my university and my home have been taken away from me. Excuse me, can you please check again? I told the office administration I couldn't agree with this. The administrator gave a small sigh, went through the file, and checked the computer once again. But he had an unpleasant look on his face. I can't believe that they're saying I'm already registered and enrolled here. The administrator is probably suspicious of me, since he thinks I'm trying to register again. It happened at that moment. Hinata, I was thinking of throwing a welcome party for you tonight. What do you think? Hinata? My name? I quickly looked around at where the voice was coming from. 2 guys who looked like students were walking towards me. One was blonde and the other one was an Asian boy with black hair just like mine. Then I made eye contact with the black-haired guy. At the same time, I heard another surprising fact. Oh, that's the one. The person who came to register before you. What? The exact same name? So the story with this guy is different too. You poor thing. You've really been through a lot, haven't you? I don't know. Maybe just what this country is like. I wouldn't say that, but I don't think it's an especially rare occurrence either. Chet spoke quietly, as though he didn't want to agitate me any further. So what had happened to me wasn't uncommon. Even after hearing it said out loud, I couldn't accept it just like that. Please don't look so sad. I'm not saying you have no right to be upset, even if these things happen more often than one might think. It must have been so hard for you. It's a lot more complicated than it must have been so hard. Do you really think so? I furrowed my brow and glared at Chat. Of course, I don't know exactly what you're feeling, but I can listen at the very least. My emotions wavered at this mature, reasonable declaration. Sorry I lashed out at you. No, don't worry about it. Anyone who went through something like that would be on the edge. Thank you. I lowered my head. Do you have anywhere to go? I would like to help if I can. I felt a pang in my heart as he sensed her gaze. I swear to God, chat, please never ever in your entire life go with a completely unknown person. You know, even if you're in a situation like this, never in your entire freaking life go with the unknown person. Never. Okay? Promise. It came completely out of the blue that a stranger like Chet would make such an offer. Are you serious? He just met me and he would let me stay with him? That's... I'm not the sort of person to joke around in a situation like this. But what if it turns out that actually I'm a bad person? You? His eyes widened and he began to laugh. Yeah, no way. Of that I am certain. Look, your feelings are written all over your face. Chad looked at my sullen expression in amusement. Maybe that's just an act. Oh, I don't think so. You're not capable of being that shrewd, are you? Is he making fun of me? In any case, I don't have any objection against being tricked by you. Actually, I would love that. Yeah, same, bro. This is super suspicious. That's what I keep telling you, Hinata. And yet, after having talked to him a little longer, I wound up to agree to stay at Chet's place for just one night. Hi, Chet. Oh, Chai, thank you for coming here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you enjoy it. Gonna be lurking in the background. Okay, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Also, thank you for following. I didn't say this. Thank you, thank you. Oh, oops. Okay, so we are going to go with the creepy guy. I walked to Chet's apartment with him. It was larger than I had expected and deadly quiet. So, this is where you live? Aww, Chai, you're so cute. Thank you so much. Really, I appreciate it. It's a shared apartment. My roommates are asleep, so let's try and keep our voice down, okay? Right. Thanks again for today. And I'm sorry for being so rude. No, don't worry about it. You're a good kid. You can sleep here for now. I'll find another room to sleep in. Is he going in Alan's room? Huh? You're not sleeping here. As you can see, the bed is only big enough for one, and I'm fine with sleeping on the couch. Oh, really? Yes, of course. Use the bed. I insist. You're my guest, so I'll sleep on the couch. But I tried to convince him otherwise, but Chef wouldn't budge. Eventually, I gave in and stretched out on the empty bed. I'm really exhausted. My head felt heavy as I crawled into the bed, and I could tell that I was going to drop off soon. So much happened today. My mind was drifting off, and I was about to lose consciousness. Yes, apparently he did. Because just imagine you're in a stranger's house, which I hope you would never ever be, and then... Are you asleep? Is the first thing you hear? What the hell? I opened my eyes as the sound of a voice. Eh? I saw Chad leaning over me. His face was very close. Startled, So, if it was me, I mean, I would push him away, like 10,000 meters away from me. But I think as for Hinata, and I'm trying to, like, decide in Hinata's behalf, I think Hinata would be, like, too shocked to do anything. You know? Like... You would slap him across the room. Yeah, for real. I would. I mean, I would have never go with him into his apartment in the first place. But yeah, I think I would slap him through the whole apartment. But yeah. Let's decide. Let's keep on trying to decide in Hinata's behalf, okay? So we don't do anything. Oh, what? Okay, I didn't see this coming. My ass flew open in surprise, and I saw Chad's face above mine. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Yuri, but I didn't see this coming. I mean, hello? But thank you for coming to the stream, and I'm sorry for ruining your hair. I hope you're not deafened now. He was smiling softly, running his fingers through my hair. Your hair is really pretty. He held the ends of my hair to his lips. What are you doing? My sleepiness had completely evaporated. I was so surprised that I couldn't move. I was staring at Chad's face, dumbfounded. Weren't you the one who suggested this? Disregarding how flustered I was, Chad continues to stroke my head, combing through my hair with his fingers. No, but look, stop! Are you acting all embarrassed? Is that part of your shame? Lowering the sound next time. I'm sorry, I can lower my sound a little, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't see this coming, okay? We only know each other for like, I don't know, 6 hours? I didn't see this coming. I was really caught off guard right now, I'm sorry. Chad's fingertips moved from the top of my head to stroke the side of my face. I panicked and put up a fight, trying to get his hands off of me. I don't understand what you're talking about. Are you playing hard to get? What the hell is this guy saying? That escalated quickly? Yeah, it did. Right? He was just like the gentleman type and very helpful and offered us like a bed where we can sleep at night because we had no place to go. And then, you know, this happened and here we are. Every time Chad's fingers grazed me, a shiver ran across my skin. My heart was pounding. No, I have to get away. How long are you planning to resist? You can't tell me you're going to run away from me again. Why do you follow a stranger? Because I didn't have a choice. That's the game, you know? You have like 3 different guys you can like, let's say get to know. Yeah, we did run Brood already back in December. So if you want, you can check the VODs on YouTube. But, yeah. It just happened, okay? I didn't have a choice. I think I need to go with him, so, yeah. And he's the red flag guy, so, yeah. Not after we spent the whole day playing tag. What do I do? What do I do? Chad was staring at me. Why are you shaking? Because you are creepy as fuck. That's usually how kidnapping is happening, just letting you know. Yeah, chat already needed to promise me to never ever go with stranger. You know, like at the night meeting a random person who just like chased you down the whole day through the whole town. Yeah, they needed to promise me that they would never ever go with a guy randomly into his home. So never ever. A chat drew back and looked at me. Because I don't know what you're talking about. I'm scared. Scared? Of me? Yeah, obviously. Yes, this is the whole reason you brought me here. I stepped away for 2 seconds and this is what I come back to. Yeah, you wanted chat, okay? You wanted chat and now you have chat. Oh. Yeah, good you warning everyone to not do that and then go with him in the game, right? How could you assume such a thing? You seem to have no objection against sharing a room with me, so I assumed it was an invitation. Bro, you are the biggest red flag I ever seen. I see. You're not who I thought you were. I was completely drawn in by your loveliness. As I said, know what I do, I see. Yeah! For real. This is a game, okay? This is just a game. And we need to follow the plot line. See? So, we need to follow the plot line. And this is just a game. But in real life, no. This is a big no. And this guy is a really big red flag. Chad dropped his gaze, looking crestfallen. My chest prickled with pain. I've acted inexcusably. I won't do anything like that again, so please try and get some sleep. How could you sleep after this? I mean, Hinata, bro, please grab your things and run for your dear life. Chad slowly got out of bed and left the room without making a sound. I watched him leave, still in the daze. I had never had a man do something like that to me before. As I tried to calm my wildly beating heart, I realized I was clenching my clothes tightly. I should get out of here first thing in the morning, right? You should get out of there right now! It was dangerous here. All of my instincts told me so. And Hinata is just going back to sleep as if nothing had ever happened. No closing, no opening. Okay. The next morning I wrote Chat a thank you note and left the room. Phew. I couldn't stop sighing, thinking about what would happen next. What am I supposed to do now? Was my luggage always this heavy? I was probably imagining it, but it suddenly felt like I couldn't carry this burden by myself. My knees felt like they were about to give it. I'm okay. This is fine. I'm fine. Turning my head, I saw a young man with gorgeous blonde hair leaning against the wall and glaring at me. He's a fine guy. His stare was intense. Oh, do you live here too? Yeah, I have someone's guest. I didn't have anywhere to stay, so Chet gave me his room. Chet? He looks as if he's really suspicious of me. His expression was scaring me, so I turned slowly towards the front door and moved away. I'll be going now, I'm sorry. How many times had I had to run away like this since I had arrived in this country? I rushed off from the building in a panic. Yeah, run! Run! This is the best you can do! My camera was always falling down, sorry. I ran off to university. In the end, this was the only place I could go to. So, I guess all I can do now is to catch the fake me, drag him to the police station, and have him arrested. I walked on, my fighting spirit alive again. Hinata, over here! Huh? Suddenly, I heard someone calling my name. I turned my head in surprise. Hang on. Another guy answered. Oh, as soon as I noticed him, I grabbed him by the arm. I'm Hinata. I mean, I'm also Hinata. I was supposed to go to school here. I don't understand what you're saying. Why are you making that face? I'm just gonna let him talk. There's nothing wrong with my face. What's strange is that you have the same name as me, but you're not even Japanese. Why are you pretending to be me? What? He grabbed my jacket, looking ready to start a fight. How is this guy back? Chad appeared out of nowhere and stuck out his hand. He grabbed me by the arm and began walking away, pulling me along with him. What are you doing? Let go of me! If you yell any louder, the police will show up. Is that what you want? That would be bad, but... Chad dragged me along until we arrived at a park I didn't recognize. Honestly, for someone with such an innocent face, you're surprisingly bold. Well, I had to do something. Wait a minute, why are you here? I didn't know why, but in my confusion, I sat down on the ground right where I was. What happened? Are you alright? No, I'm not alright. So much stuff that I don't understand keeps happening to me. Certainly seems so. I had some business at the university. I was surprised to see you there. Sure you were. Chet stared at me while he spoke. Is there something on my face? Sorry. What's wrong? I began to falter beneath his gaze. I was just thinking about you. I thought you were younger. I didn't realize you were a university student. So he was trying to like rizz up an underage. Like, why would you go to someone and say, oh, I thought you're younger. I didn't notice you're a university student. What did you assume? That I'm 14? Like, bro. Alert, abort mission, yo, for real. He's the biggest red flag ever, for real. He was looking at me so seriously that all my strains drained away. Do I really seem like a child to you? Well, yes. And he's getting flustered? At that, Chad shifted his gaze away from me and looked off into the distance. His dark brown hair that normally shielded his face was blowing in the breeze. He really is beautiful. Hinata! Hinata, please! Hinata, please! Please, just run for your dear life. Just run. Oh god, as I stared at him vacantly, Chad brushed back his hair and looked at me. There have been rumors around campus about there being two Hinatas. Yeah, I've heard about that. You shouldn't concern yourself with this anymore. I recommend you to return home as quickly as possible. What? Why? For your own good. You have to tell me why. I found myself raising my voice defiantly. For my own good, even though he just met me yesterday. It's like he wants to send me back. Wait, who would have told Chet about that rumor? I haven't seen any students or professors around. This is weird. Do you know why there are two of me? Me? How should I know? His perfect smile showed no trace of a lie. But I couldn't give up based on that. I had to persist. I hate to say this, but what Chet says is true. I turned my head and saw a man heading in our direction, looking sore. Why is he there again? Why is he there again? The person approaching us was the golden-haired young man that I had met in the morning. Ellen, what are you doing here? I must ask you not to involve yourself with Hinata. Huh? Do you know we had 2 men? Yeah, basically. What do you mean by involve yourself? I leave that up to your imagination. What's up with these 2? I tilted my head at the weird atmosphere between them. Alan assumed a grim expression. I just came here to warn you. Warn me? Yeah, we are rarely of the same opinion. You heard me before. I hated saying that. Where was he butting in on our conversation about the university? Hey, you. Why do you look like you're not getting any of this? Alan's gaze settled on me. He had a strange, powerful aura. There's nothing for me to get. I just want to go to university. Alan gave a small sigh and spoke again. You're the one who cursed upright the university yesterday and today, aren't you? Would you... I'm also a student at that university. I was there when it happened. I was pretty surprised to see the perpetrator in my own flat this morning. I would have been surprised too if I had seen someone who had created a disturbance at university in my own home. Hinata, right? I'm sure there's a lot you want to know, and you probably want me and Chad to explain it to you. I won't be much of a help when it comes to that. A spark seems to be flying between them. I quickly injected, hoping to calm the 2 of them down. Where would it be better if I went back home? Could you tell me that at least? And the university suspect that there's something up with you and will probably notify the police. What? No way. I thought you seemed pretty suspicious myself, so I followed you. I was in shock. I was being treated like a criminal. But to go home now... I was at a loss for words. A large hand softly held on my own. Come on, don't look so sad. Chad leaned in, looking sympathetically. You were scammed out of your new apartment, and now a fraud is turned up on campus. Your feelings are completely understandable. But if you stay here, you'll probably never be happy, will you? That's the first nice thing he said. You're probably right, but then wouldn't it be best to return home and start afresh? A new start? The suggestion struck me straight in the heart. It was unlikely that anyone here would believe me. But... I don't want to run away from something like this. I worked and studied so hard until my dream finally came true. To just throw that all away and run back home? There's no way I can do that. You... sorry. I appreciate that you 2 are worried about me, but feeling embarrassed about my outburst, I took a step back, trying to put some distance between us. There really is more to you than just a cute face. Well, I've heard enough. Come back to the apartment. I'll let you stay with us temporarily. Why are they all like... I mean... No, never mind. Yes, that's a wonderful idea. You need a place to live, after all. Huh? I appreciate the offer, but don't you need to ask your landlord? I am the landlord. I love this guy. What? And this guy was my age, and yet he was actually the landlord? It's not that big of a deal, so what will you do? Was it really okay to depend on them? The reason all of this happened in first place was because of my own selfishness. Oh, come now, don't be so stubborn. Do we have to drag you along? Chad and Alan grabbed each one of my hands. Maybe they were trying to force me to make up my mind. But why are they suddenly working together? Yeah, thank you very much. No worries. Only thing is, we don't have any empty rooms, so you'll be sharing with Chad. Huh? Oh. But remembering what had happened the night before, my body went stiff. What's the matter, Hinata? You are the matter! Chet asked innocently. While looking at his grinning face, I had a feeling he knew what I was thinking. Let's be honest. Chet, you won't do anything like you did yesterday again, will you? Yesterday? If you mean creeping into your room at night, I won't do any more than you ask for. This guy surely doesn't take no for an answer. I'm sure of that. Can I trust you? No, you can't. Of course you can. No, you can't. Did something happen between you two? Speaking as his landlord, this guy is forbidden from doing anything stiffy. Me, I would never. Again. I sensed invisibly sparks flying between the two of them. The occasional turbulent atmosphere between them gave me a bad feeling. Maybe it would be better if I wasn't there. Huh? You're saying that now? Well, I'm heading back. With that, Adam turned on his heel and walked away. I stared after him, wondering what I was supposed to do now that I had been left behind. Bro. I suddenly felt myself being turned around forcefully, and Chet's face came into my view. He was really close. I leaned back, trying to put a little bit of a distance between us. But Chet came even closer. What is it? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about what trouble it would be living together. I pouted. Chet's fingers grabbed my cheeks. What are you doing? It's your fault for acting all cute. I will deny this later, but although I think this is going to be a pain, I am enjoying myself a good deal right now. I don't understand, and you don't want to. Chet let go. I rubbed my stinging cheeks and took a step back. You don't know what's going to happen. Your heart isn't pounding. Pounding? You're making a face as if you don't understand. Perhaps you should learn how to enjoy yourself more. Enjoy myself? I pondered Chet's words, but right now I still didn't get it. Perhaps it's too much to expect you to follow along right now. If I were Chet, how would I find a way to enjoy myself? By the way, what are you planning to do now, Hinata? Well, obviously, I'm going to get back everything that was taken from me. Yes, I know that, but what I'm asking is how. I'm working on that, but I'm not giving up. I have to make everyone realize that I am the real Hinata. I'm looking forward to see you do your best. I felt something tighten in my chest at the sight of Chet's kind expression. Bro, I cannot do this. This guy is the biggest red flag in the game. We left the park and headed back towards the apartment. There's one more person who lives here in the apartment here apart from Alan. Just a moment. Just as Chet reached out a hand, the door opened. There is he, my boy! My boy! Okay, I'm sorry. Are you talking about me? The man who had appeared in the doorway had an intense expression on his face. He looked like a gangster. He gave me an appraising look. Oh, hello, Brett. On your way to work? Yeah, so, is this a new guy? He's really cute. His smile didn't fit my first impression of him. It almost looked innocent. Startled by Brett's remark, I looked down on the floor. Nice to meet you. I'm Hinata. Hinata, huh? Yeah, you're just my type. None of that. Hinata is mine. Chet inclined his head and put an arm around my shoulders as if we were showing off. Oh, what? You're already chosen, Chet? No, Chet, please don't say anything that will give people the wrong idea. No, that's a shame. So... You're saying you're not Chet's? I shivered under Brett's stare. He was practically licking his lips. Yes, go with him! Go with him! I'm sorry. I'm just biased. That night, I went to bed feeling nervous. Are we doing this again? I shuddered at the sound of Chet's voice floating through the silent room. And I... No, we're sleeping. Leave me alone. What should I do? I just pretend I'm asleep. I heard Chet shifting slightly, but it sounded as if he lay back down after all. Shortly after, I heard him breathing steadily and I feel relieved. I need to sleep too. Not again? Yeah, for real. Maybe Hinata needs a lesson on how to lock a door properly. I think they're sleeping in the same room. I actually think that there's a couch in Chet's room where Chet is sleeping. Like, they are sharing actually the room. So, yeah. Guys, I need to fetch a little water. I'll be back in a second. I thought that was just the first night. Yeah, I actually think they are sharing the room. So, because Alan also said you need to share your room with Chat. So, yeah. I think they're sharing the room. I have to try and talk to them again. So, Hinata is trying this again, yeah? In an attempt to track down the fake me, I headed back to campus. But you're the one who's been causing trouble around here lately, aren't you? I ran into a security guard who hadn't been there before. I couldn't get past him. Just listen to me, please. Shut up or I'll turn you over to the police. The security guard pushed me aside and glared at me as I was a nuisance. Why? I haven't done anything wrong. I shouted, but no one would listen to me. A noisy brat. I felt a kick in the same moment as I heard the voice. That hurt. We haven't met this guy in Brett's route, right? Have we? Ayo? For real? Where is he? A man was calling at me. My body went stiff with terror. Just then. Alright, stop that. I must ask you not to injure my Hinata. Chet, sweepingly and gallantly, brushed the man aside and got in front of me. You've acted very rashly, Hinata. He brushed the dust off my clothes. Well, There's no use in being impatient. Chet turned his eyes towards the man who had kicked me. Please don't do something like that again. His voice! Oh my god! What? I don't believe I have. You ought to teach him some manners, so he quit pissing everyone off. Keep a better eye on him. Instead of turning back towards campus, the man continued down the street. I couldn't believe what had just happened. I pulled myself together and stood up straight. I have to make the next move. What do you intend to do? I'm going to the police. I like your way of thinking. Simple and earnest. I'll come with you. I'll be fine on my own. I don't want you to cause any more trouble. Trouble? Not at all. I want to be with you, so I come along. Please come back, pretty boy. Yeah, we don't even know who he is. I want to know who he is. He wasn't in Brett's route. Was he? No, he wasn't. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. To be honest, I wasn't optimistic about my chances on my own, so I was happy to hear that Chet said that. What should I do? We have nothing to talk about. He had taken the trouble of coming with me, but I found myself searching frantically for a topic of conversation. Looking carefully at Chet's expression, I spoke up. Chet? Yes. There was perfect timing today. Because he's a fucking stalker! Well, you're in danger, so you need someone to watch out for you, don't you? And that's why I followed you. See? Stalker! But I left before you woke up. Yeah, you left, but I found you quickly. How? In any case, I'm glad I was able to help. Thank you for that. Th Hinata is so oblivious. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. How can you be like this? I mean, this is pretty much the BL bottom type, so yeah. I should just be grateful, right? No, you should just running for your dear life. My pleasure. Now let's go. Chad took my hand and began walking. By the way, who was that guy? The guy who kicked me. Are you curious? Yeah, a little. He's an acquaintance of mine, but that's it. He's terribly violent, so I can't say I like him very much. He was definitely violent. The spot where he kicked me was still aching. Hinata, we're at the police station. Seeing the police station loom in front of me, I gulped nervously. I entered the police station eagerly enough, but no matter how many times I explained myself to the police officers, no one was on my side. Finally, I had to make my escape because they suspected that I was on drugs. And he's laughing. Great. What are you laughing about? What's so funny? Everything about you, Hinata. He said it lightly, but I couldn't help but notice the sarcasm in his voice. And maybe even Chep was getting tired of laughing about everything. Wiping tears from the corner of his eyes, he looked at me more seriously. Was the police officer's reaction really that funny? The way the officers reacted was predictable. What am I laughing about is your own reaction, Hinata. It had been bad either way. Wait, what is wrong with what I've done? It was fun to watch someone extra... This guy for real. This guy for real. He is a red flag. Red as the sign. Preparing myself to be laughed at again, I desperately tried to figure out my next move. But no matter how hard I thought about it, I can't come up with anything that quickly. I had thought that if I went to the police station, I could get them to investigate this whole affair for me. Pacing around, looking so frustrated. You really are cute. Why would you say something like that out of nowhere? My face turned hot from embarrassment and surprise. I was just speaking my mind. You're like a squirrel, or a rabbit, or some other small animal. It makes me want to spoil you. The tenderness in his gaze made my heart pound. You're just making fun of me. Don't say that. Say I'm teasing you affectionately. Wait a second! I heard the exact same quote from somebody here in chat. It's not that long ago. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out, and you know that I'm talking about you. You know it. Exactly. I'm teasing you affectionately. The exact same quote. So what do you say, chat? Is that a red flag for one of my closest friends? Like, I don't know. Tell me. I need to know if I, like, need to run for my dear life. Oh, you have to think about it. That's a little disappointing. Looks like I'm in the wrong. I felt guilty when I saw Chad's mouth drop sadly. On the other hand, I was the one being distracted by this awkward situation. More importantly, the police here are really heartless. I could have been badly hurt and they won't even look into it for me. That may be so, but there's nothing you can do about it, is there? Hinata, there's no telling whether anyone will listen to you here, so why don't we take a little walk? There was a sadness in Chad's face and a level of seriousness I'd never seen there before. At his insistence, we kept We went to a dog park. Yeah. Of course. Go with the creepy guy into the dog park. There shouldn't be anyone around here at this time. Is what you want to tell me that bad? I was on my guard. Yes, it's an invisible thing around here, but brushing his hair out of his face, Chad narrowed his eyes. You don't seem to know this, so I think I'd better explain it to you. What the hell was he talking about? Please tell me. It has to do with me getting back my place and my spot at the university, right? Chad nodded and leaned in closer. In this city, money controls everything, and that includes the police. Money? Feelings, trust, status, everything is resolved through money. People without money don't really have a voice. No one will hear their pleas for help. So you mean, since I don't have a lot of money, no one will help me? I didn't say no one. I'm on your side, aren't I? Yeah, that's, yeah. That's good to know. That's good to know. It was completely dark. Just like my future. My next allowance won't be coming in for a month. I can't ask for more money, so what can I do? My heart felt heavy and I became dizzy. Should I go home and cry to my parents, like Chad and Alan said? I was lost. I didn't know what was what. Just then, warm arms wrapped around me. Chad? I'm sorry, I've made you feel frightened and helpless, haven't I? Yeah, because you're a red flag. No, Chad, you've been so kind to me, even though you don't know me at all. You're a really good person. I don't know how to thank you. Did Hinata really think that this guy is a good person? Nah. You cannot think this. You cannot. Okay. If I hadn't met Chad, I'd be sleeping out on the streets. I might have gone home without getting any answers. As I thought about that, you're a strong boy, so I want to tell you something good, Hinata. Something good? Yes, an easy way to earn some money. An easy way to earn some money. Nah. Oh boy. He sounded like a demon whispering into my ear, completely different from his usual tone of voice. I shivered. But I wanted to know. I had to know. If money was everything here, and maybe I could get my apartment and spot at the university back. Maybe money was the way. Bro, I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. Nah. Well, have you made up your mind? When I woke up in the next morning, Chet was sipping tea. Was he asking if I had made up my mind about making money? But making money isn't really that easy, is it? I could tell he wasn't talking about a simple part-time job. I prepared myself mentally. I'll do it if there's anything I can do. Oh, wonderful. And this is the finest version of you I've ever seen, Hinata. My heart shivered at the glimmer in Chad's eyes. Let's go out after breakfast, shall we? Really, guys, if you're ever in a situation where you're like, you know, you're in a foreign country, you don't know anybody, you lost everything, you don't have money, please just go home. Just go back home or call your friends or ask your parents and just don't get yourself involved into something like this. This is like, this is so bad. I mean, he's literally using Hinata. Literally. Said Chad he would show me the way and we walked for over an hour. I felt as if we're going in circles. Where are we going? We're almost there. Chad looked calm, but his eyes were darting around constantly. We have to go in when there isn't anybody else around. He seemed to be on his guard. Something smells fishy. Yeah, this guy. Like those people in Korea trying to invite us to a tea party. Yeah. Please, don't do this. Don't ever do this. Don't ever in your entire life. Don't say anything and go away quickly. Yeah, that's the best thing to do, actually. Don't get yourself involved in like, shit like this. I couldn't imagine what kind of people we were meeting up with. But they probably had a lot of experience with stuff like this. Maybe the adults. Hinata, you're an adult too. It might sound pathetic for me to say this about myself, but I do look kind of childish. I look really young. Will it be safe for me to go? No need to worry. There will be all sorts of people there, so you'll be fine. Chet put my mind at ease with a wink. Okay, let's go. Yeah, you can do a lot of things in a casino, right? The sound of boards clattering. The sound of spinning roulette. The sound of cards being dealt. The yells of people who had won or lost. I had only taken a single step, but I was already completely swept up in the atmosphere. That's right. This place is full of people who are dying to win big. I've never gambled before. That's quite alright. This is an illegal casino full of cheaters. What? Chad dropped this bomb on me with a perfect smile. I'm not going to cheat. Why not? You never win if you don't. Because if I do that, I will be no different from the guy pretending to be me. I understand. Well, then, let's see what you've got. What shall we play first? Chad looked at me with a strange twinkle in his eyes and started walking. What are you best at, Chad? I believe I can win at any of them. Of course I don't go head-to-head against others. Chad's beautiful face suddenly turned frightening. I realized again that what a mysterious person he was. But I couldn't imagine him being utterly worthless either. Granted, I was determined to believe he was a good person. I told you that money is everything around here, didn't I? Places like this give people at the bottom of the food chain a chance to make easy money. When you think of it that way, isn't the place a sort of paradise? If you're caught cheating, you get into serious trouble, so please be careful. On the other hand, no one ever reports cheaters to the outside, so you don't need to worry about that. You had to avoid getting caught? However much I tried to deny it, the world unfolding before me was real. This place provides a unique opportunity for you to claw your way up. I felt like an angel had grabbed me by the hand and dragged me before the gates of judgment. I suppose it's too much to ask you to play when we've only just arrived. We'll give you some time to get used to the way things work around here. Without any experience, your nerves will get the best of it. Just as Chad had said, at this point I was swamped by a peculiar atmosphere. I'll show you around. Walking just behind Chad, I listened to his explanation with mixed feelings. Then, hey there, Chad. Haven't seen you in a bit. What brings you here today? Playing with you is the best. I always lose, but hey. Chad, I've missed you. Where have you been? I'm sorry. Everywhere we went, people were talking to Chad. They were all friendly to him. Is it because they enjoy playing together? Even if you lost, it wouldn't matter as long as you're having fun, would it? What would Chad do in my position? I really wanted to know. At that moment, I really wanted to know more about Chad. This mysterious man. This man who knew so much about this world that I didn't know at all. This man who had been so kind to me. I watched his back absent-mindedly as he stood in the middle of the circle of people. Hey, Asian boy, want to play against me? A man I didn't know spoke to me from behind. Do you hear me? I was just taking a break, but I want you to be my next opponent. The man's vulgar smile stood out from the rest. No, Come on, don't tell me you're just as much spoiled sissy on the inside as you look on the outside. Looks like you got in the temper at least. It was clear that he was trying to piss me off, so that I agreed to play against him. But I won't fall for it. I don't care about what you say. I'm not doing it. As I looked away, I saw Chad standing there. He's gone to the trouble of inviting you. Why not giving it a try? This guy, really. He grinned. It didn't seem like there was anything strange about it. For some reason, whenever I saw that face, I couldn't say no. But I don't have any money, so... I borrow some of the chips from the casino pool. Then money shouldn't be a problem, right? But... experience is everything. If you turn everything down before you've tried, you're just limiting yourself. I'm sorry. He was definitely right. I just need to, adjust my chair. In just 1 second. Yep. Okay, we better now. Alright, just once. Everyone says just once, but you're gonna wanna play more, won't you?
Yeah.
I'm not like them. Yeah, you get into it once you've had a go. At Chad's encouragement, I reluctantly decided to play against the man. So, are we winning or not? No way. My hand shook as it held the cards. I had been completely crushed. There had been a clear difference from the very first hand. This was definitely cheating. Yeah, where's your proof? Well, didn't I tell you cheating is the standard here? Chad whispered into my ear. If you happen to be interested, I can certainly interest you. This guy. To be honest, I was tempted. But if I pulled the same tricks as this guy, I wouldn't be no different from him. And no different from the people who scammed me. Ah, what now? Given up already? I knew he was cheating, and yet I couldn't win. So, basically, I have to find proof. I glared resolutely at him and set down my chips. I'd like to go one more round. Didn't I tell you? I hated it, but I had nothing more to say. I hate losing, even for a single round. I wanted to get back what had been taken from me. I kept playing and playing, like an idiot. Now what? I wanted to say, one more game, but I'm out of money. I'd lost all of the chips Chad had borrowed. I couldn't stop, and I couldn't believe it had come to this. I clenched my fists in frustration, my nails digging into my palms. Hinata, it's time to call it quits. I heard Chad's soft voice. His warm hands rested on my shoulders. I sighed deeply and accepted my defeat. I lose. Let's end this game here. And the man stood up with a satisfied smile. By the way, who are you affiliated with? Affiliated with? What do you mean? You playing stupid? No, he really doesn't know. I just brought him here. Would you perhaps play against me next? You? Yes, or would you rather not? Chad chuckled, looking deeply amused. The cheater's face had definitely changed. If you only ever played against weak opponents, your abilities will grow dull. Sat Chad down in the empty seat next to me and took some chips from his pocket. I had no idea of the scope of his abilities. But what if Chad lost? I couldn't help thinking about that. Chad, we should stop. Are you worried about me? Of course I am. Why would you? Then why not cheer me on? I'll win, you see. The man who had just been playing against me took his seat again, looking extremely reluctant. Of course Chad is winning. As the game continued, he grew paler and paler. He lost so badly that I almost pitied him. Yet has Stockholm Syndrome at this point, yeah. For real. This is like, I mean, I don't even have words for it. This guy screams red flag in your face. Like, he even takes Hinata into a casino to get Hinata to gamble with money Hinata don't even have to begin with. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, shall we have one more game? Let me off the hook, will ya? The man who had challenged me left the rest of his chips where they were and ran off. Oh, he's running away, but you understand now, don't you? What do you mean? You can't protect yourself here. Did you bring me here to convince me to go back home? Certainly not. You can make the decision for yourself. It's simple. If you got tricked, it's your fault. The thought process is the same for the casino, which allows cheating. as it is not for the city itself. I didn't want to believe it, but I couldn't come up with the retort either. What the hell? This country, this city, it was completely different from any other place I knew. So different, I couldn't even fathom it. My legs were unsteady. While I stood there, confused, Chet gave me a pat on the back. Why don't we look around some more? How is this nice? Okay, let's be honest. For those who saw the bread route, bread was actually kind of sweet. You know, he had like a heavy backstory, of course, and things were getting like, it was like riding a roller coaster with him. But bread was actually pretty nice. Like also to Hinata. But this is, I don't know, man. That is straight up a red flag. And Hinata is like, oh, you're so nice. Thank you so much. He's not doing anything good for you. What do you mean? I tried to argue, but Chet just stroked my hair. Alright, Hinata. He flashed that kind, unreadable smile in my direction. I couldn't help but nod. No, this is not alright. Nothing is alright. I calmed down a little while we were walking around. At that point, a question popped up in my head. What does affiliated actually mean? Ah, you mean what the man said earlier? In order to prevent complete chaos in the underworld, there are a number of organizations. The mafia, gangs, there are plenty of names for them. But even among these organizations, there's a hierarchy. Hierarchy? I don't know. Like seniors and juniors in school clubs, I guess. Not that it matters here, but there are unattached people too. There's him again. The people who move around freely are a lot more important. I looked over my shoulder and saw Alan staring angrily in our direction. He's like an angry kitten, you know? He really reminds me of like an angry kitten. Alan, why are you here? Looking for someone. Figured that if I go where he goes, I should run into him sooner or later. You're probably right. Isn't it a little soon for you to be here? Yeah. When it comes needing money, there's no too soon or too late. KEIOS standards. The wrinkles in Alan's brow deepened. By my standards, it is only right that I offered a helping hand. As always, the air between them was charged. What kind of person are you looking for, Alan? We can take care of your own business later, so... Of our own business later, so I'd like to help you if you can. No, it's fine. Then you get back to your manhunt, Alan. Hinata and I will return to our games. Wait, I'm actually... As I stumbled over my words, Alan spoke over me. Ja, why don't you and I play cards? No. I'm not saying what I was just thinking. I will just keep my mouth shut. Me against you? Why all of a sudden? It's too early for Hinata to be learning these games. If I beat you, maybe you reconsider. Me? You need not treat Hinata like a child. Chet laughed, looking amused. Hinata's not like you or me, isn't he? He seems to be taking on my customs easily enough. What are you talking about? Look, he's already turning red. Is he making fun of me again? I turned away, trying to hide my embarrassment. You're only going to be a bad influence on him. If you keep talking like his big brother, he's going to hate you. The atmosphere is growing dark again. I sensed that people around us were starting to look our way too. You two are going to play against each other, right? The longer you take, the longer it'll be before you can go home. For an instant, their gazes met. And they took the seats. As they began their game, the two of them scowled intensely at their cards. Hinata, I'm determined to make you mine. Hinata, you want me to free you from this evil clutches, don't you? What are you two even talking about? I didn't exactly want to belong to Chad. I didn't recall having become his possession. And what's more, I didn't think I was caught in anyone's evil clutches. No. Hinata, I want you to cheer me on. Ignore Ellen's babbling. You should cheer me on. What? What? This is like a love triangle. What is this? What should I do? They're scaring me. We're supporting both. Both of you do the best you can and don't overdo it. I don't need half-baked support like that. He's right, Hinata. Come on, give us something that really set our hearts pounding. At any rate, why are you making me the prize? Shall we say 2 out of 3? Oh, that's fine. One was hiding his determination behind a seemingly harmless smile like a herbivore? What's this? Never heard this. The other, like a fearsome carnivore, showed his unconcealed fury. The game began. Not a bad hand. The game of choice was poker. Each of them was looking at his hand and nodding in satisfaction. They'll probably cheat during the game. Maybe the winner will be who's ever better at cheating. I noticed that people were gathering around to watch. It looked like some of them were placing bets on who would win. This world is really frightening. I watched the game intently. At some point, I noticed that someone was standing behind me. I thought it was just another spectator. Oh, there he is! Should have gone back to Japan straight away. A low voice. For some reason, I shivered. Something hard was pressed against my back. Ooh. Someone had snuck into the crowd and was threatening me. Ooh. Ooh. Something hard was pressed against my back. What was it? And don't freak out. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Meanwhile, Chad and Alan's game continued before me. You think you can win against me? We won't know until the game's over, will we? They haven't noticed what's going on over here. I could still feel the hard object against my spine. It kept me from moving as much as an inch. What should I do? Boy. Shouldn't you be calling for help? The voice coming from behind me sounded like it was enjoying itself. I shuddered. At the same time, I had a feeling that I heard that voice before. Where would I have heard it? This will be a lot easier if I stay quiet. Ah, that's it. It's the guy who beat me up at the university. I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. If you don't want to get these guys involved, you do exactly as I say. I couldn't possibly run away. I can't do anything without knowing who that guy really is. Gathering all my courage, I turned around. A gun? Obviously! I had thought he was holding a knife to my back. Is that a real thing? I had no way of knowing. I've never even seen a fake gun before, let alone a real one. Yeah, a gun. Want me to shoot? Maybe that'll keep you in line. Even if you wanted to ask for help, everyone was focused on the game right now. He had me cornered. What am I supposed to do? Just wait quietly until everything's over. His finger was on the trigger. Woo! I reflexively shut my eyes at the thought of being shot right then and there. But... he and his yada yada! I won't allow you to meddle with him. The familiar voice, the sound of someone moving quickly. A moment later, a gunshot rang out. I attentively opened my eyes. Surprisingly, I was uninjured. I'm not hurt anyway. I'm so sorry I didn't come to the rescue right away. I want to know who he is! What is his name? Give me his name! Ah, you deflected the gun with a playing card. For real. With a card. Like a gun. With... No. 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 This is not possible. Like, deflected the gun with a playing card? I want to see this for real. Like, in real life. This is not possible. It dawned on me that Chad had actually saved my life. Thank you so much. I held tightly onto his sleeve. That was so scary. The man raised his gun once more. This time, that's enough. Alan's voice sounded strange and low. Glaring at Alan, the man dropped the gun. Hinata, your life is in my hands. Don't forget that. He threw me one last look over his shoulder, then he melted back into the crowd. He didn't seem in the least bit perturbed. He wasn't even aiming at me? I'm gonna figure out what he's up to. For some reason, Alan hurried off, as if to chase the man down. Going after him alone is dangerous. Alan, wait! I wanted to take off to try and catch up with Alan. But when I began to move, Chet grabbed me tightly from behind. Hinata, just where do you think you're going? Where? It's not safe for Alan to go by himself. I don't want him to put himself in danger for my sake. Even though a gun had gone off a moment ago, everyone was just going about their business as usual. No one seemed interested in getting involved. I'm begging you, let me go. Alan will be quite alright if you just leave it to him. But if you go too, you'll be playing into the man's hands. He seems to have some business with you, Hinata. Chet's arms loosened around me. If you still want to go, by all means. I was worried that if I left, he might abandon me. Man, why? Why am I afraid of Chet leaving me? Yeah, I want to know too. Hinata, you've made the right choice. I was standing still, trying to figure everything out. Chet must have mistaken that for an answer. I was just thinking about how scared I was that he would desert me. Will Alan be okay? He knows when to quit. He'll be alright. Half an hour had passed since Alan had run off. He's still not back yet. Perhaps he won't be back. How come? Because he was losing our game. It wasn't what I had expected. I blinked. Let's give him a compliment. He just saved our life. That's because you're really good, Chad. Are you trying to test me by saying such lovely things? Even with all that's been going on today, I still want to make you mine. That's a bit... While we were talking, Chad was gazing at me with a kind expression of his. You seem to be feeling better. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm calmer now. Come to think of it, what would have happened if I really run off just now? I'm no match against someone with a gun, so I would have no idea what to do. Above all, that man might have thought it was a good opportunity to... I might have been killed. You're always so cute, Hinata. That's why I like you. Chad put his arm around me. My ear was against his chest. I could hear his heartbeat. Ah, that smell. It was the scent of his cologne that I've noticed the first time I met him. A bittersweet scent that had a strange way of calming me down. On the other hand, it made me slightly nervous. Chet saved me again. He has lived his whole life in this terrifying world, and yet he's so he is not kind! I hate to admit it, but if I were a girl, he'd probably be the kind of guy I would fall for. Anybody needs to adopt Hinata and like tell him how things are working in the real world. We cannot leave him like this. We just cannot leave him like this. In the end, Alan didn't come back. Never mind how long we waited. Hinata, I hope you sleep well tonight. Thank you, though I still feel as if you're treating me like a child somehow. You noticed. I was still worried about Alan, but I decided to trust Chet when he said Alan would be back the next day. My own limited physical strength is a big part of it, but my nerves were on the edge in that strange place. The moment we got home, Chet told me my face was ghostly pale. Will you be able to sleep? I heard that body heat can make you sleep better. If I sleep next to you, You've had that all the time. Next to me? I'm not a kid. I'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. I covered myself with a blanket. Chad had prepared a comfy bed for me to sleep in. I really need this. And it's much appreciated, but could I really accept this so openly? You're really so adorable, Hinata. Good night. My face grew weirdly hot when Chad called me adorable. Maybe it's just because I'm tired. I need to get some sleep. When I closed my eyes, I recalled the moment Chad had protected me. Chad deflected the gun with a playing card. His gallant figure was seared into my brain. Now that I think about it, Chad and the guy who attacked me knew each other, don't they? A lot of things added up. Was Chad connected to this somehow? To the guy pretending to be me? Did Chad take me there on purpose? But he saved me. I couldn't relax. There was just so much going on in my mind. Too much. I didn't understand. My body was exhausted, but my mind was wide awake. I looked over at where Chad was sleeping and slowly began to drift off. Can't sleep. Chad was propped up on the elbow looking at me. Why? You didn't sound like you were fast asleep, so I came to check on you. Chad grinned and then crawled into my bed without even asking. See? This guy is not taking no for an answer. What do you think? But I couldn't find the right words. I had no clue what was going through Chad's head. Yeah, the guy who came after me at the casino. Who is he? I quickly changed the subject. I've seen his face before. I'd love to know why he was after you. Every night, for real. He's like, oh no. You don't want it in the first night? How about the second night? You don't want it at the second night? How about the third night? You know? If he's thinking, if he's persistent enough, it'll be fine. Chat said bang, bang, bangity bang. Yeah. I think that's everything that's going on in his head. Man, for real. We didn't even have, in the bread route, we had, the first kiss in, what was it, chapter, 7 or 8, maybe? Half the storyline. And Chat was in our bed, on the first night. This guy is really all in. Was it true? I wasn't going to figure out the truth just by wondering about it. If Chet was in league with that guy and took me to the casino on purpose, it wouldn't have been far-fetched for Chet himself to kill me in a place like that. Hinata? His kind eyes and caring voice soothed my heart. Then, Hinata. And the tone of Chet's voice dropped and he drew closer. And what? Something soft pressed against my mouth, tasting my lips. Bang, bang, bangity bang. Yeah, there we are. I opened my eyes wide and saw him looking at me, and a musical glint in his eyes. In a daze, I felt something wet sliding between my teeth. Stop! I freaked out and pushed Chad away. Oh my, you're stronger than you look, Hinata. I couldn't respond to his light remark. When I whipped my lips, they were wet and I realized what had happened. That was his tongue. I'm a guy, you know that. I'm well aware. So what? His face was completely unreadable and I lay there dumbfounded. You kissed a guy? Isn't that weird somehow? I was just trying to help you relax so you could fall asleep. His tone was careless as he pushed his long hair out of his eyes. You're making fun of me again. Please stop it. I tried to move away from him, but that wasn't really possible since the bed was so narrow. You hurt me, Hinata. Me? Chet nodded firmly. You worry far too much about the things I say and do. Look, if I touch your face like this, you turn bright red. Embarrassed at having it pointed out, I covered my cheeks with both hands. If I kiss your face like this, you sigh so sweet. I held my breath and shook my head furiously. You truly are adorable. You know, this guy, what is his name? His voice actor sounds a lot like, what what's his name? What's his name? I know his first name is Kotaro. Nakajima? Kotaro? Is this his name? I forgot his name. Like, he's the voice actor from Minami. I forgot his name. Kotaro. His first name is Kotaro. Nishiyama Kotaro. Yes, that's... Hi, Sori, by the way. How are you? Are you better? Yeah, I forgot his name. Nishiyama Kotaro. Yeah, he sounds a lot like him. I don't know if this is actually him, but he sounds a lot like him. Oh, you make me want to take advantage of the weakest parts of you. I'm here since the beginning. I'm the lurking queen. Yeah, it's nice to have you here. Welcome. After 140, I welcome you to the stream. But it's just typical you just to like jump in the chat whenever it's something i7 related, so... Chat moved even closer and whispered those words right into my ear. You really are fascinating. No, his voice is a little too deep maybe for Kotaro. But yeah, and you know, like the way he's sounding. It really reminds me a lot of him. The bunnies lost their snack bowl now. I need to find... Good luck. Good luck. I hope you will find it and the bunnies won't be disappointed. Oh shit. I personally would like run out of there, like go out of the bed, like grab my shit and run out of this room, out of this house, like a thousand of kilometers away from him. Bruh. Oh man, I don't know what to do. I kind of want like the good ending with all of them, but he is screaming red flag right into my face. That, yeah, you know, I don't actually want to give in to him. But Hinata thought he's nice, so maybe Hinata won't like do this. Okay. Oh, he's in Vast Rock. Okay. I know him. Vast Rock and Toka Nambu. Yeah, I may know him from Vast Rock. Found it under the bathroom shelf. It's hard to guess because I was having laundry when they lost it. Oh, it could have been everywhere then, yeah? But glad you found it. That's good. It's good that you found it. So the bunnies can have their toy bags. That's good. Masahiro Yamanaka. I think I never heard... This name is not familiar, but I know his voice for real, so... Yeah, I will give him one chance. I will just stay in the bed. And if he's doing... I think he will do shit. Let's just stay there. Chit's voice was so smooth and low, tickling my ear. I couldn't figure out what to do. Should I take advantage of you? You're such a weak little thing. Oh, why didn't you stop me? He embraced me tightly. It felt as if the bed itself was wrapping me up between the sheets. Chet's arms were warm, and since he was so much taller than I was, his body covered me completely. Can hear Chet's heart beating. Thump. Thump. How do you read this? Thump. Thump. The rhythm sped up a little. Somehow, you're unusually cute. You aroused something in me beyond simple lust. Lust? I told you it's something beyond that. Like, what? I still felt like he was teasing me. Wrapped up in Chet's arms like that, I just had to ask. Let me see. Something like what one might feel for an adorable puppy. A puppy? I looked up in surprise and met his amused gaze. His sudden grin sent a shock through me. Aren't you a little too close? Not at all. With him playing innocent like this, I found myself at the loss of words again. Hinata, you're so very lovely. His face suddenly came closer once again as I squeezed my eyes shut. He pressed his lips gently against my cheek. To be honest, I would love to spoil and yet join you completely right now, but I don't suppose that's possible. I don't like forcing things. After saying that, he kissed me on the cheek a second time, and a third. I felt like I had to brush him off, but I didn't know how. So helpless and so troubled. Are you trying to get me all worked up? I responded more shrilly than I had expected. Chet, I think you're playing around enough. I made up my mind and shoved him away. Yes, show him, Hinata! This time I got a stronger response than I expected, and Chet moved away. And then... That's too bad. He kissed my lips with a small smacking sound. I was so startled that I pushed his face away with both hands. I suppose if I exhibit any more strange behaviors, you get angry with me. I lay off for today, but I tease you. It's your own fault. And leaving it at that, he returned to his own bed. Well, at least nothing bad happened, right? Man, this guy. For real. I couldn't sleep. My heart was pounding too hard. Chad left early in the morning. Where's he going this early? It would be difficult to look him in the face right now anyway. You going out? Alan appeared as if I was cleaning up after breakfast. He tried, yeah. I was actually worried while clicking the don't move button that we actually would get in trouble. But yeah, we came out of it alive and not used, so it's fine. We're fine up until now. What's with that surprised face? You okay? I ran over to Alan to make sure he was unhurt. Right, because of yesterday? Of course I'm okay. You two sure seem friendly. I looked over my shoulder to see Brett walking casually into the living room. Can I join you? Good morning. I was actually about to go out, so... where are you going? You shouldn't go out by yourself too often. I just wanted to think some stuff over. Something on your mind? I'll help. Brett wrapped his arm around my lower back and pulled me in. I've already had enough of that. Take him. He's the best choice. Sorry. Had enough of what? Brett placed his hands on my hips. It immediately reminded me of Chad. With him clinging to me like that, the words had just slipped out. Right now, what I need to think about is... But there was too much on my mind. The guy who attacked me, Chad, the stranger who claimed to be me. What he said to me last night before I went to sleep flashed through my head. If I tease you, it's your own fault. It's like saying I'm at fault for being tricked. So Chad was teasing me after all? If he was teasing me, didn't that mean it was all just a game to him? Sneaking into bed with me like that? This guy! I'm sorry. Chad? I hadn't expected to actually meet the guy at the very moment I was thinking about him. On top of that, Chad was accompanied by someone I didn't know. Who is that? Obviously, I knew he had his own life. But when I saw him with another guy who had a similar stature to mine, I felt a sudden knot in my chest. It's my fault for being teased. Why was I in so much pain? I didn't know why, but I couldn't stop myself from following him. Where are we? The atmosphere was terribly cold. The walls were crumbling here and there were no signs of anyone else around. What in the world would he be doing in a place like this? If it's a business exchange of some sort, I might be better he back. I couldn't imagine what kind of work Chet did. All I knew was that I couldn't picture him working in an office somewhere. You're in pretty big trouble, aren't you? His soothing voice echoed through the Abdon building. The other man was standing in Chet's shadow. I couldn't see his face or hear his voice properly. It's a good enough trade for me, but what about you? Shut up. Just check the money. That voice... No, it couldn't be. I had to look to the other guy's face. I didn't care if he saw me there. I slowly approached the two of them. Why, what is the fake me doing here? What are you doing here? That's what I wanted to ask you. I looked straight into Chet's face. Could he look away? Would he apologize? But this reply wasn't what I had expected. What are you doing here, Hinata? Why are you laughing? Why, you ask? His smile looked vaguely troubled, as though he himself didn't know. Maybe he didn't realize this guy was the guy who had switched places with me at university. He's the one who pretending to be me. Ah, I see. Then it makes sense that you wouldn't want to know why I'm here with him. Are you making fun of me again?
Yeah.
Certainly not. I'm simply had an inkling that he might be involved somehow. He didn't sound like he was trying to hide anything. I didn't know what to say. As you suspected, I'm not entirely uninvolved either. I received a request to help this man get into university. Chet crossed his arms and looked down at me. I couldn't say a word. Probably because Chet's behavior was no different from the way he usually acted. Shouldn't be angry, but it just hurts. I should have hit him, but I couldn't find the courage. Hinata, why are you looking so sad? Because I am? Oh, why are you sad? Have you been tricking me this whole time? Making a fool of me while you stood there and laughing about me?
Yeah.
Laughed about it? Oh, come on. It was my fault for trusting you, wasn't it? Hinata, you're making it sound like I've been lying to you. Hinata! I ignored Chet and ran. After a moment I realized the fake me had disappeared too. But I didn't really care. All I felt was shock at having been betrayed. I told you from the beginning, okay? I told you. So, we were going to be... Yeah, we will do episode 5. It's fine. Just like, maybe... I don't know if you can hear it, but my sore is a little throat. No, my throat is a little sore this way around today. So that's why I'm drinking a lot. But yeah, I don't know how long I can keep going, like talking the whole time, you know. Several days had passed since the exchange at the Abdon building. Ever since then, Alan had been letting me sleep in his room. Are you still awake? As he came into the room that night, Alan saw me spacing out. I was just about to go to sleep. Alan looked at me as though he wanted to say something, then chuckled. What are you laughing about? You're more stubborn than you look. Huh? You're being a lot more headstrong than you need to be. I don't mind you using this room, but if you want to talk to Chet, you ought to do so. No, Alan saw right through me. I curled up in bed. It's always the decision in this game. They are so hard. I'm gonna ask about him. And then, where did you meet Chet? I made up my mind to talk about him. Met him? One thing's for sure, he's always been shrewd. Huh? Did something happen? Eden gave a small laugh as I leaned forward in interest. It made me somewhat embarrassed. You're pretty interested in him, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, it's not that, but what? He's right. Why? Why am I so... Well, whatever. Seeing me at odds with myself, Alan cut off my train of thoughts. I can't tell you much about me and Chet, but I happened to run across him in a certain place. He got in my way, and I got pissed off. But it was clear from the start that I didn't want him as an enemy. Is Chad really that scary? I'm not afraid of anyone, but that guy doesn't let anything slip by him, and he's really good at hiding his true feelings. Back then, he almost tripped me up, and there's no point getting on someone's bad side over something like that. Alan furrowed his brows slightly and gave a small sigh. It's just, Hinata, it seems like he's been weirdly nice to you. Huh? No, not at all. All I ever seen him doing is chasing your ass around and muttering sweet things into your ear. My ass? But I know what you mean. Chad is definitely weird. Yeah, he's completely nuts. What should I do? So that's something you need to figure out yourself. Alan patted me on the head. You should be able to find the answer, don't you think? I looked up and met Alan's gaze. They were strong, but somehow gentle too. I don't know. Then go to sleep. What? Man, you're cold. I meant sleep on it and then think it over in the morning. Or are you gonna let someone else answer it for you? You figure it out. I give you one bit of advice though. Don't give your heart away too easily. This is a good guy. He's the good guy. If you just give your heart away, it makes you weak, and then everyone loses. I can tell you that for sure. I thought I saw a flicker of sadness in Alan's eyes. For some reason, I suddenly felt a pang in my heart. Why would he say something like that? I had no way of knowing whether it was related to his work or to something else, so I didn't reply. Alan is a good guy. The next day, I was sitting in the living room, mulling everything over. Didn't have anything to apologize to Chad for. It would be weird for me to bring it up first. When we first met, maybe that was the moment Chad's behavior turned weird. He was smuggled in the fake me. I wasn't able to go to university anymore. If Chad knew that, then maybe he helped me out because he felt sorry for me. But now that I think about it, I thought you were younger. I didn't realize you were a university student. And that made it sound like he didn't know I was the real thing. So maybe he wasn't helping me out of sympathy after all. In that case, I wish he'd give me an explanation. Wait, do I really want to know? I hugged my knees and buried my face in them. Chad has gone out somewhere today. If he was meeting up with the fake me again, just thinking about that made me clench my fists. Maybe there's a way for me to go back to university. I should have been happy about that, but I just felt depressed. No. Ah, what's up with you lately? Oh, I like his hairstyle. It's so cool. Ah, sorry, but this guy really has my heart. I'm not even sorry. I lifted my head to find Brett sitting next to me. Since when? Oh. Since when have I been here? I nodded and let my feet drop back to the floor. Since right about the time you grabbed your legs like that. So, this whole time? Yeah, no, come on. Tell me what's bugging you. Does it have something to do with what you and Alan were talking about? Not exactly, but there was a part of me that wanted to know. The truth is, I think someone's been tricking me. I gave him a short explanation, leaving out Chad's name. After I had finished, Brett heaved a huge sigh. Damn, sounds like a lover's quarrel. A quarrel part made sense, but the lover's bit was a different story. Huh? What's with that face? You didn't notice? I tilted my head. Noticed what? That guy obviously had the thing for you. No, there's no way. I don't think so. Well, if you want to deny it, go ahead. But how can you be so sure? Because I couldn't say because he's a guy. That might give away that it was Chad. You've got no reason not to believe it. Or is it because you're hoping I'm wrong? That's exactly it. Anyway, what are you mopping around here for? It's just a question of feelings, right? You could distract yourself with something else. I leaned forward inquiringly. Do you think I could pull that off? If you really want to. Instead of moving away, Brad leaned in closer. Why don't I help with that? And just put that other person out of your mind as quickly as possible? Yeah. No, I'm fine. I moved away from Brad and got up from the couch. Hey, where are you going? After talking to Brett, I tried to force myself to address the feelings I hadn't wanted to notice, but I have to keep denying it. I've been cheated, and I'm obviously angry about that. I can't possibly like. I didn't have any of those special feelings Brett had been talking about. What's the hurry? Got a bright idea? Thank you for talking to me. No need to thank me. What are you gonna do? I'm going to outwit the person who tricked me by catching the fake me. And the fake you? At the university, you mean? And then what? Hand him over to the police. And then I forget all about Chad and throw myself into my studies. With those scrawny little arms, you're not gonna catch anyone. I'm going to try. Try? Damn, you're stubborn. Oh god, I love this guy. Fine, I've got nothing to do today. I'll help you out. As I opened the front door, I heard Brett's voice from behind me, sounding resigned. Will you really? I'm always extra nice to the cute ones. Both Brett and Chad kept using the word cute. Did they not see me as a guy? It made me anxious. I mean, even I can tell Chad's good looking, but I felt like there had been an awful lot of physical contact between us. I'm getting bitter over Chad again. I should quit thinking about him for now. Oh, hi Chad, back at this hour. Just at that moment, Chad returned. Brett, none the wiser, smiled and greeted him. Oh, Brett and Hinata, are you two eating out? He had been out all night. He didn't look tired. He's been gone since last night. Where's he been? His smile was as bright as ever. Even now, I felt a sense of relief looking at his face. I hated myself for it. I ignored his question and looked away. Still angry at me? Why? I took Brett's hand and wrapped my arm around. Oha! Oha! Well, let's go, Brett. Damn, you're demanding all of a sudden. I heard Brett's voice right next to my ear, probably because I was holding his arm. That tickles. Nah, you know it feels good. Hinata's still a child, so he won't understand yet. Chad cut into our conversation. Gotcha. I'll teach you myself, so no worries. Teach me what? I had grabbed his arm to spit Chad, but I suddenly started to regret that very much. Not that Chad has any reason to care about that, but thinking about it, I felt anxiety spreading through my chest all over again. Hinata, won't you talk to me? I heard Chad calling to me from behind. Why am I happy to hear him say that? Sorry, but he's with me. Brett, I have a prediction for you. What? You're going down. Chad, what the hell would you make me say that? What? I'm sorry. The arm I had linked through his was suddenly yanked downwards. Before I could see what had happened, I heard Brett yelling. Chad, what the hell does tripping someone up counts as prediction? It's your own fault for not paying attention. After all, you tripped over your own feet this time. Before he could make a retort, Chad held his hand out to Brett. That looked like it hurt. I'll walk you to your room. Like hell, I want an apology first. Whatever for? You think I'm gonna let you get away with that, you just grinned? Not at all. I think you forgive me because I'm me. I couldn't help but make a surprised sound. Given what has just happened, I will accompany you in Brett's stead. No, I couldn't ask you to. Would you rather ask Brett? I couldn't tell him Brett had offered to help. But even if I said that, Chad would still tag along. Chad, did you trip me because you didn't like me seeing with Hinata? Yeah, why else? That flawless smile. The first-rate sweetness in his face. Every time he smiled at me, I felt a stab in my heart. This is stupid. I know it was a lover's quarrel. With those parting words, Brett left. He's figured it out about me and Chad. Yeah, he did. He's a smart boy. Seth suggested we go someplace we could be alone, so we went back to his room. Hinata, you haven't said a word to me since then. I have no idea what to say to him. I thought I hated him. But having him here in front of me, I felt happy. Nevertheless, the pain of having been betrayed left me dumbstruck. Where were you planning to go with Brett? Since I disrupted you, let me help. Then why don't you? I didn't hear you. Would you repeat that? Then why don't you give me my home back and let me go to university? That may prove difficult. If you can't do it, then I want you to just let me be. I can't do that either. Hearing him put it so bluntly, I couldn't help but look straight into Chet's face. Why are you so fixated on your studies? Because I can finally achieve my dreams by going there? University isn't the only place that will allow you to do that. He was probably right, but still. I've always wanted to come to America. I want to live and learn here. If you want to learn, you can learn anywhere. Stop talking like a professor. If you're looking for where you belong, how about at my side? Oh, I cannot. This was so unexpected that I couldn't quite believe my ears. If you take any further actions, you'll be in danger. Why not stay where you'll be safe? Chet was talking to me with the voice of someone attempting to lure somebody in. He took hold of my hand. I'm just gonna look up. I looked up at Chet. I felt an even deeper affection than usual in his gentle gaze. Do you feel uneasy around me? No, I just can't quite trust you. You're cute, even when you get a little angry like this, Hinata. He kissed my hair. Over and over, he kept whispering how cute I was. It seems like he wasn't even seeing me. Stop messing around. Tell me what's going on. Why have you been so nice to me? I felt disgusted at the way my voice was shaking. Because you're adorable. And if I weren't? You're always going to be adorable. Chet wouldn't give me a straight answer. I have to get an equal footing with him. I was startled by my own thoughts. What would that mean, equal footing? This is scary. I don't know my own feelings. Hinata? I'm fine. I moved away from Chet and pushed those thoughts aside. I'll take care of my own business. I would go in search of the fake me so I could expose him, as I had been planning from the start. There was nothing else I could do. I may not be able to do much without money, but at least I can try and figure out why he placed me in the first place. Please allow me to go with you. No, I can't trust you. Please understand. Ah, that doesn't bother me. Chet looked indifferent. I was feeling less and less sure about what kind of person he was. I realized that I want to know more about you. I'd assume you would give in easily, but it seems you're acting contrary to my expectations. Chet left the room, looking like he was enjoying himself. If you would, Hinata. Chet was waiting for me when I left the apartment. What did he mean by that? You don't understand? No. Chet showed me his bent arm. He seemed to be offering it to me. You were walking arm in arm with Brad, weren't you? That just happened. Well, why don't you do the same with me? No, that's not what I meant. I felt slightly dizzy. I wouldn't want to trouble you, of course. Let me reveal my shame to you. What did you mean? The nearer you are to me, the quieter we can speak to each other. Here, take my arm. I sensed that I was getting caught up in another one of Chet's tricks, but those words, reveal my shame, were so tempting that I had to play along. I wound my arm through his. The stares of passerby made me feel uncomfortable. No matter how young I looked, it was obviously that we were both guys. Can we talk about whatever we need to talk about now? You're feeling shy, aren't you? I nodded without hesitation. Nothing to be done about that. Listen closely so that I don't have to raise my voice. I nodded again. You're being used as a scapegoat. Scapegoat? A certain organization needs to lay the blame for all of his wrongdoings on someone, and you have to be chosen for that. No special reason for it. Certain things just happen to coincide. So, I've been made a culprit without even realizing it? Then what am I supposed to be guilty of? You don't know? Considering it was a scam, someone could get away with it as long as it wasn't revealed. But I had to know why I had a doppelganger. How is this pronounced in English? It's Doppelgänger in Deutsch, in German. So is it like doppelganger? I don't know. Was necessary to take my place. I don't really want to think about it. Murder? If that were the case, I might never walk free again. Bingo! Chad smiled, looking pleased with my answer. What's with this guy's nerves? I stared down at the concrete. How did things end up like this? What will you do? Will you return home? Will I be safe if I do? Well, you've been here for a few days, so an Interpol notice might be issued at some point. I felt his eyes on me, watching for my reaction. To take away my school life and then take away my life entirely. And all of it going to be blamed on me. Can't let that happen. Why me? I cursed my bad luck. Even raising my head took me a huge effort right now. I felt as though I was carrying a heavy burden on my shoulders. No, I need to press on. But I'm not supposed to have committed murder yet, right? I check the news often. If my face had shown up, the people on the streets would definitely be giving me a stronger reactions as we walk by them. It looks like it. First, I need to find the person who's supposed to be murdered and warn them that they're in danger. I don't imagine they would believe you. You're probably right. No one would believe it that easily, being told that they were going to die soon. But if I don't tell them, no one will. Chet's eyes widened. What? Is something wrong? He constantly surpassed my expectations. That was all he said. Then he smiled. What the hell does he mean by that? I tugged on Chet's arm and led him to a place where there weren't as many people. I thought you were the one who said we should try not to make a fuss. I apologize. This is so much fun. Fun? Someone might get killed. I'm serious. Why are you laughing? There are limits even to recklessness. And yet you are here, worrying about the life of someone you've never met before. It puzzles me. You know who's going to be killed, don't you? Well, perhaps I do. But what are you planning to do about it? Save them? I would ask you how, but I don't suppose you have a clear plan in mind. He had me there. I couldn't respond. It's alright. Tell me where to find them. Of course. After all, if that person doesn't die, you won't bear the burden of a crime. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My chest tightened painfully. Okay, that was a wild ride. That was a wild ride. So, I will stop here, for this time. Let me just, let's save. Yeah. Because, yeah, I think I will lose my voice soon. And I need to work tomorrow, so, yeah. I don't know, this might be not a good idea. I'm sorry. Wait, where's my music? Yeah. What do you think about him? He's like... Please get well soon. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not really sick. Don't worry. I'm not really sick. It's just like, I still have the, like, coughing every now and then, but it's getting better. But it's just like, I don't know, today it's like, my throat is like super sore. I don't know. I don't know why. It's just, it's annoying. But yeah, I will be fine eventually. So don't worry. It's all good. I will be fine. What do we think about chat? Hey, what do we think about chat, lol? I'm sorry. Yeah. He's a walking red flag, I would say. Can you shut up? What's wrong with you? I like him the most based on the looks, but no. Yeah. He looks good. Yeah, he really looks good. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This is like, yeah. He's really like a walking red flag, and he has all the, you know, bad. What is it called? What is it called? Wait, I forgot the word. Wait, I need to Google. Oh yeah, like all the bad characteristics, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, we will continue this, we will continue this someday. I don't know. I promise I won't make a month break from this again. So, no worries. Yeah, for now, I will be having my leave for today because I need my voice for tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be getting insane. Yeah, I'm looking so forward to this. This will be so much fun. And I hope the people who are not playing with us but just watching will be having so much fun with us too. Yeah, this will be great. This will really be great. So please look forward to it. We will be here tomorrow somewhere around 5 to 6. I guess more like around 6, because for the people joining from America, this is like quite early. But yeah, maybe like a little earlier, hanging out a little on stream and talking before like actually playing. So yeah, for those who are in chat right now and will join the collab tomorrow, is it okay for you if I create like a Discord voice chat for everybody of us, so we can like adjust the time tomorrow in Discord? Is it okay? I'm just gonna ask the others too. Of course, that's good. That's a good. Yeah, then I can invite everybody in the voice chat. And yeah, we can talk like about the actual time and stuff. Yeah, okay. So thank you guys for joining me today. I was speechless as how oblivious Hinata is, but yeah, it was fun. Anyway, this game is really fun. And it has good visuals and shit and features. I like it. I like the game in general. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna just rest a little and save my voice for tomorrow. And hopefully I see you guys around tomorrow for our biggest KEIOS collab. Yeah, rest well tonight. Get some sleep, get food, or whatever you're gonna do now. And I'll see you guys around here tomorrow, okay? Bye, guys. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.